Like, someone come up with the intro for me, because hell, just a little song. I want someone to write a jingle. Joe, take for that. I'm just kidding. Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel for episode 5 of Jonesin for the Dub. Thank you for continuing to tune into our rookie season. We are so excited for you to be here. There is a lot, girl, so much to go over. So many things have happened. So let's get into it with the Weekly W. So, our very first exciting update for those who have been looking at the interwebs, especially Twitter and Instagram, as well as the WNBA site if you do not have Twitter or Instagram. The Golden State WNBA team name has been announced. Drum roll, please. The Golden State Valkyries. It's giving Marvel, it's giving superhero, it's giving super team. You catch my drift? It is so cool to be able to see the Golden State Valkyries come to life. Again, they will be playing next season for the WNBA in the Chase Center, the same arena that the Golden State Warriors, the NBA team, play. They are also owned by that organization. And this team has told us, well, these managers have told us they would like to create a big championship team here. And they definitely showed us as well through their graphics, as well as through the team's logo. It's giving so much of superhero, superpower, and that purple. I'm a little biased because purple is my favorite color, so you already have a fan of me because you're a part of the WNBA, but that purple sold it for me. I cannot wait to see what this team becomes, who they decide to draft next year, who they decide to get on their team. And again, if you would like to check out more news about them, you can go to the Golden State Valkyries website. Just Google and their website will come up. That's where you can purchase merchandise, which is now available on their website, as well as see their updates, announcements about the team. They did announce that this Saturday they're gonna have a block party in the Bay Area with people like Kaylani and E40. Shout out to the Bay. So it's gonna be such an exciting time, and they're driving so much around this team. And I think it's a beautiful thing when you're rolling out 12 more spots for the WNBA. What do y'all think? I'm so excited. Leave your comments. Let us know how you're feeling, but that I cannot wait. So now that we've got that excitement about the Valkyries, I cannot stop saying the name, that is so much fun. Some more news on the WNBA expansion. We are anticipating the WNBA getting a Toronto team. Come on, Six. I mean, I'm excited about that because we need some good vibes in the Six, if you know what if you're catching my drift. There's some things happening with a certain rapper that we're not, the Six is kind of losing right now. But now we up. From reporter Shireen Ahmed of CBC News in Canada, the WNBA is close to securing a deal with Toronto on the WNBA team. Of course, the name hasn't been announced because we haven't gotten a formal announcement. That announcement is expected on May 23rd or around May 23rd, but hopefully we'll be able to get that formal news from Kathy Engelbert herself. But it's really exciting even to think about having the Six and having the WNBA team in Toronto, another team in Canada just like the NBA has, as well as that's, again, more roster spots for these women, another chance for them to stay in North America to play their games. And so I cannot wait. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get that announcement on around the 23rd or so. But shout out to Shireen, girl, because you gave us some groundbreaking news that we are so excited about. But let's move on to some more updates from the Weekly W, and specifically some things that you might have missed last week that we would love to give a quick shout out to. First of all, Candace Parker, as you know, she has retired from the W. We mentioned this a few episodes ago. However, she was named the president of Adidas Women's Basketball. Congratulations, Candace. She has had them as a sponsor for so many years. She was the first woman to have a shoe deal in 2010. So it's amazing to see her be elevated to be the president of Adidas Women's Basketball. She is rightful for that place, and I'm so excited to see the things that Candace brings to Adidas. Another piece of news from last week is 16-year vet Candace Dupree, another Candace, don't get them confused. Candace Dupree played for the Phoenix Mercury. She won a championship with them, was a dog on the court. She has been named the head coach of Tennessee State University's women's basketball team. I know that's right, Candace. If you don't know who she is, look her up because she is, again, someone who is a dog on this court. 16 years, the WNBA is no small feat. She also spent the past 2 years assistant coaching for the San Antonio Spurs, the NBA team, so she definitely deserves this role not only as a player, getting the coaching skills, and now she gets to be the head coach and bring her own little je ne sais quoi to the game. And so we are so excited for her. But those are a few things you might have missed last week. So let's get back into this week. One piece of amazing news that has happened. I say bullying words, even though Nike swears they've been working on it for a year. I guess we'll believe you. But A'ja Wilson is getting a signature shoe. Come on, A1. That is literally the official name. It's called the A1. I think it's a beautiful play off her name. But I think it's absolutely hilarious the way that Nike as well as A'ja announced it. Of course she's got a shoe. Her wearing it to her game versus Puerto Rico with the Aces, as well as Nike basketball trolling all of us on Twitter. They're like, why isn't A'ja getting a suit? Why isn't A'ja getting a shoe? Why isn't A'ja getting a shoe? And they were like, of course she's got a shoe. I just think that was quite a bit of genius marketing by Nike. Okay, you ate us up on that one. That's your only chance you get to chew. The only chance you get. But A'ja is someone who is a champion, a two-time MVP. She is a two-time WNBA champion. She's also won Rookie of the Year. She also has a New York Times best-selling book. Come on, of course she's gonna get a shoe. We are so excited for you, A'ja, and I cannot wait to wear my pair of A1s. They're not coming this year, they're coming in 2025, so hold your breath, but just keep an eye on that Nike site, and it'll be an exciting time when we all can get them together, girl. And speaking of shoes, we might as well segue into fashion and all things Glam Dunk. Just to give you a little break from the Weekly W, we have got to talk about the Skims campaign. If you don't know, it was announced last year that Skims was the official partner of the NBA, the WNBA, and USA Basketball. The NBA's campaign released last year. Those campaigns did go viral with some of your favorite NBA stars. I'm not going to mention them because this is about the dub. Sorry. But the Skims campaign did release this past week. We got to see some amazing people like Candace Parker, Kelsey Plum. They were all rocking their Skims. Even rookie Cameron Brink was up in there rocking her Skims. I know that's right, Cam. I know that's right to everybody. I will have to call out, though, I do think it was interesting on social media that people were calling for more representation within these ads. This is the first part of the campaign, so maybe we'll see it later. Players like Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray, who are darker skinned, weren't featured compared to people like Cameron Brink, like Dejanay Carrington, who again, beautiful girl, amazing baller. However, we would like to see some more representation. And also, another part of that representation is what Natasha Cloud referred to as the poppies. We do have in the WNBA a large part of the community being gay, more masculine lesbians in the WNBA, and we have to acknowledge that they are part of the game too. And they really don't have any representation in this ad campaign, and they voice their opinions on social media. And I do think it's important for the future that we make sure that they're included too. Jonquel Jones has brought this up since she won her MVP title. She did bring it up how there's not that many opportunities for them because they're not seen as marketable, but they are marketable women. They are women in the league, which makes them marketable, period. So while I got to give a big up to Skims, we do have to call it out. There's no shade. This is just something that we can work on, and we hopefully that we'll see them in the future campaigns. But all in all, beautiful ads. These women were eating that period. Absolutely gorgeous. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to Skims. I don't wear Skims, but I might now. Moving on to our last part of Glam Dunk, well, one of our final parts of Glam Dunk. We have to talk about the Slam covers that just came out on Tuesday. Cameron Brink and Angel Reese, who are not new to being Slam covers. They covered Slam when they were in college. However, this is their first rookie covers that we're seeing, and they look absolutely gorgeous. The side profile, the face, everything that they're giving, I'm gagged. I absolutely love it. And I think they're very simple, but gorgeous. So shout out to them because y'all look amazing. Shout out to Slam. You can go to Slam's Instagram, see those links. They'll link you straight to the website as well as t-shirts with the Slam covers if you want to support your favorite rookies. But I cannot wait to see who else graces the cover. I'm sure more WNBA stars to come. But for two rookies to be part of the Slam cover, that's absolutely immaculate. So moving on to one of the final parts of Glam Dunk, I gotta give a shout out to the Las Vegas Aces and their tunnel fit when they played their preseason game, their one and only preseason game against Puerto Rico. If you don't know, the Las Vegas Aces played Puerto Rico at Colonial Life Arena, which is the arena for the South Carolina Gamecocks. And A'ja Wilson, this of course is her hometown. That's her home team. That's also her college team. It was a great homecoming for her. She got to bring the Aces to see her statue, which was such a beautiful time. Dawn Staley was of course in attendance to support her former player. And I thought it was absolutely beautiful that A'ja was allowed to just be with her home team, have this big round of applause for her homecoming. But I thought it was so cool as a tribute to playing in the Gamecock Stadium that every single player wore some type of paraphernalia that was to the Gamecocks. Candace, we still looking for you. We know A'ja got to cross a little few of her names off that list, but Candace, don't think we forgot. Just because you retired, we gonna see you in that Gamecock year. I gotta give a shout out to Kate Martin. Rookie Kate Martin from Iowa. She ate with that two-piece outfit. I think it was absolutely a styling, just 100. I can't even give it 10 out of 10 to 100 out of 10, Kate. You absolutely ate that up. And so for these players to care so much, to give an ode to not only a school that was probably their rival back in the day, especially someone like Kate, who literally South Carolina beat their team. I think it was so cool for them to like embrace each other and to bring in these new outfits. And I can't wait to see the rest of the tunnel fits for the rest of the season because they ate that. And that's all we have for Glam Dunk. So let's go back into the weekly W and talk a little bit more about the Aces in Puerto Rico in their preseason game. So Becky Hammond did mention that they couldn't get anybody else to play them. And I'm like, side eye, why didn't y'all want to play the Aces? But the Aces were able to defeat Puerto Rico 102-50. I thought it was absolutely hilarious that the Puerto Rico team released this TikTok where they were talking about how much they were going to score and how much they ended up getting to score. I think it's so much fun that even in competition, you're able to have those funny moments with your teammates. And another favorite highlight of mine is definitely De'Asia Fair's pass to Kate Martin, that behind the back, that no look. Girl, that felt like magic to me. I thought that was absolutely immaculate, and I'm so excited for both her and Kate to make the final rosters. I think it was so amazing to see two rookies. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I'm just congratulations to them in advance on making that roster because that beautiful play, we get to see more of that during the regular season, so I am so excited for them. And final rosters came out on May 13th. Child, we might as well call that day the reaping or something because that was so hard to see. And I warned y'all, favorite players were going to be cut, favorite people. There were so many cuts happening that we cannot control. And it is so sad to see people who you know are meant to be on these rosters, who you know are meant to play at this level, get cut from these teams. But here are your final rosters for the 2024-2025 season of the WNBA. Now it is time for the regular season, baby. Get ready for a WNBA overload because it's coming your way. We filmed this week's episode on Tuesday, May 14th, which is right before the regular season opener. So we cannot give you every score update and recap yet. However, we thought it would be a really cool idea if I give my predictions of who I think is going to win, who I think is going to lose, what I think is going to happen with these first few games, and you can stay tuned to see if I got them right or wrong. Before we get into these predictions, let me give a slight disclaimer. These predictions are my opinions. This is no shade to the teams who I think are not going to win versus the teams who do win. These are just my predictions from being a fan, a former player, someone who's watched the game for so many years, and just analyzing it down to a T and coming up with who I think are going to win straight off the bat. These are my opinions. If you don't agree with me, let me know in the comments. Don't disrespect me. I'll get disrespectful right back. However, if you don't agree, that's okay. If you think I said the Aces are going to win and you think the Liberty are going to win, whatever, that's fine. Let us know in the comments. But I'll never get mad at you for having your opinion, so don't get mad at me for mine. In disclaimer. So, oh hell, let's get into these predictions, honey. For May 14th, the Minnesota Lynx versus the Seattle Storm. I have the Seattle Storm taking this win. I'm not going to get too much in the details of this because we have quite a few games to go through, but I do think the Seattle Storm with their new team, they have a bit of a deeper bench. I think they're going to take that first win. The New York Liberty versus the Washington Mystics. I have the New York Liberty taking that game too. The amount of vets that they have coming back from their team last year as well, this team chemistry should be up as well as when they add the rookies in, I just think the Liberty are going to take that game. For the Connecticut Sun versus the Indiana Fever, I've got the Sun taking that game. I think the Indiana Fever are super young, even with their vets, and they're super ready to take on the WNBA, but I think the Connecticut Sun are a force to be reckoned with. Did y'all see that final roster? If you didn't, rewind a little back. We gave you a graphic with it. That team is deep. I think so many of their players, if not every single one, are going to get several minutes, so I do think the Sun are going to take that. For the Las Vegas Aces versus the Phoenix Mercury, I gotta go with the Aces. There's no shade to the Mercury, but I just think the Aces are the more powerful team, especially with the Phoenix Mercury missing Brittany Griner. That's a big, I can go against Asia Wilson and players like that. They're going to be missing that, so I think that might harm them in the win. No shade, again, these are my opinions. If you don't agree, let me know in the comments. If you do agree, you can let me know in the comments as well. But we're going to see if we got them right or wrong. For May 15th, the Chicago Sky versus the Dallas Wings. Initially, I did have the Wings winning this. However, after the Chicago Sky put that whooping on the New York Liberty in the preseason, I gotta go with the Sky. I think they're building something beautiful over there around their new team, like Angel Reese, like Hezare, like I think Dana Evans as well, and then being led by Teresa Witherspoon, like girl. I just think the Sky are gonna take that, and they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with. For the Dream versus the Sparks, I was going back and forth quite a while, but I think the Sparks might take it. I think they have a bit of momentum. But you know, I am from Atlanta. I love the Dream. I believe in y'all, especially love Ryan Howard. I adore her as a player, but I think the Sparks might take it at the very end. If not, shout out to the Dream. Again, that's my home. Don't cancel me, Atlanta. I love you. And then for May 16th, we have the New York Liberty versus the Indiana Fever. I think the Liberty are going to take that game as well. I just do. So those are my predictions for Tuesday through Thursday's games. As you know, we have some more upcoming games down the line. For Friday, we have the Seattle Storm versus the Minnesota Lynx, as well as the Washington Mystics versus the Connecticut Sun. I can't give y'all live updates yet. However, these are the upcoming games that we're going to have, and I think they're going to be so exciting, so make sure you tune in. Next, we have on Saturday the 18th, some very good and exciting games. The Fever versus the Liberty in Barclays Center. We have the Sparks versus the Aces. We also have the Sky versus the Wings again, and the Atlanta Dream versus the Phoenix Mercury. One exciting thing about this is that ABC is having their new WNBA countdown with their new hosts, Elle Duncan, Andrea Carter, and Chinea Gumake. If you loved them while they were doing their countdown and they're analyzing for the NCAA College Women's Basketball Tournament, we get to see them again. They'll be specific to when the WNBA games are broadcasted on ABC. And on ESPN, you'll have Carolyn Peck, as well as LaChina Robinson, Monica McNutt, and Rebecca Lobo, Holly Rowe, Ryan Rucco, that team. But it's so exciting to be able to have a new desk because everyone loved Chinea, Elle, and Andrea together. So I'm so excited for that. Let me know what y'all think about these games. Who y'all think are going to win? Flood the comments. Let us know. Because you got to see my predictions, and hell, we got to see how many I got right and how many I didn't. So I want to see what y'all get right and what you don't. But for now, that's all we have as far as the regular season. Make sure to keep up because, again, this is going to be coming to you almost every single day. There's going to be a WNBA game. So just be prepared, honey. All right, girls. So that is all we have for you today in episode 5 of Jonesin for the Dub. Like I said, there was a lot going on. There's going to be a lot more to come. But we will see you next week. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And make sure if you want to, you can click that little notification bell in the corner if you want to see when we drop the episodes. And of course, follow us on all our socials at Jonesin for the Dub on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. Thank you for tuning in to our rookie season. Bye, y'all. That's a wrap. Wrap. All hail. Bye, y'all.